which we are seriously lacking. Take that one then, so you have something. And then you can't take the followers yet because they're both going to be unavailable. Tools. Plus 18 authority. Authority does nothing for running a city. I really do wish that all of the abilities had like a bonus when they're in charge of a city, like maybe a commerce bonus for cunning, maybe a industry bonus for authority, farming bonus for instinct, something like that. You could use the war axe to get a massive boost to resolve, but that's going to be mostly about other things. You could also do the satisfaction, which makes you less likely to rise up. Plus 12 expertise would be good. Although I think I'd like to save that Martial G for someone who's actually going to be fighting stuff. So we're going to give you the satisfaction bonus. We have a couple of horses that we're probably going to give to other people. Although again, resolve... Well, no, that would be one of the fighters. And then you've currently got the military supplies book, which is basically irrelevant to you. Plus 8 expertise from the Celestial Sphere could be good. Retinue upkeep. Interesting. Yeah, we'll give you the Celestial Sphere instead. Okay. And now we're making even more money. And I wanted to upgrade the copper mine here. And I now have the money for it. And we want the faction-wide corruption reduction from that one. Boom. We do have another assignment. So we have construction cost, construction time, or food production, food production. Construction cost, construction time. I have a feeling that Taiwan's going to get a bunch of upgrades soon. So we're going to put you in charge of this place for that. Okay. Let's go and conquer some stuff and also level up Gong to level 9. And we could now get absolutely any ability. Now bearing in mind we can only get 2 more. The maximum level is level 10. So we can get intensity, which is knockback, and charge speed, which is not particularly relevant to you because you're an archer. Plus 10 firing rate and ranged armor pierce. And expertise does sound good. Attrition from military supply. Fatigue resistance, not amazing. Battle running, morale when attacking. The extra authority would be good, but I don't think it's worth for that alone. Plus 6% income from faction-wide authority. Commerce. That one could be good. I do like getting the faction wides for the main rulers. So I think we're probably going to get precision next time. And we're going to grab inspiration right now. That also allows you to encourage, so you're going to get extra morale for all the units around you. What is your resolve now? 166. Which gives you 64,000 hit points. Not bad. Not bad at all.
If the mountain is too high, it must be circumvented. At ease.
And you can still reach Taiwan, where there is a massive army, Cao.
Not possible.
Who's looking kind of beefy.
Tree survives on its roots.
So they can deploy with 5,000, I can deploy with 3,000. We are just going to starve them out. I doubt very strongly that there's anybody here that can reinforce. Although this southern territory is his as well. And we just defeated an attack on Lo Yang, which means that these guys can push east to go and take that city. And Cao Ren standing over here. Hello, or Sao Ren rather.
At ease. Moving as one. Cultivate patience. Strike true.
I thought he might run away.
Glory.
I can still catch you.
Outwards and on. Stay fixed. With purpose.
Not reinforced by him anymore. And you have an unhappy general.
My lord,
which would be
I answer your request.
you. Desires a higher court position. Well, there aren't any. We're very limited in court positions here. Where's my... There it is. I need my tea supplies. I need my thinking juice. My conquering juice. And whatever else you want to call it. Tea! How'd the multiplayer go? I'm a Yank, so I missed it. Had work and I missed it. It was good. Bussy's first game didn't go amazingly well, and we had to restart on turn 2? Turn 3? And now he is a vassal of Lu Bu, and I'm still independent and mighty. But also embroiled with a war with basically all of my neighbours. What's the crake with this campaign? Be a rebel and do rebellious things. Wonder if there'd be a way for the Yellow Turbans to recruit really unhappy generals in the future. I doubt it, because you can only recruit your special types of generals. There's no overlap there. I mean, ordinarily that would be the case. Like if Cao Cao horribly abused one of his generals, then me as Liu Biao could be like, hey, you should totally join us. But because they have their commanders, their strategists, their champion sentinels, and vanguards, and we have our scholars, healers, and veterans, never shall the twain meet. Hey, Hayate! Kind of drunk, but the night is young. What you up to? Young? It's like midnight for you, isn't it? What am I up to? Fighting in China.
I cannot.
They actually have a trebuchet. And you really shouldn't have emerged from your city. I think that this army can almost certainly kill just yours without any support. You're expecting a valiant defeat. Well, I guess we are outnumbered by 1,000. They have 2 units of crossbows, which will be countered rather easily by my 2 units of master archers. They have a sentinel and a commander who could be duelled by He Yi. They have 1 trebuchet to my 2. They have 1 unit of cavalry. Really? 1? I mean, they're damn good cavalry, don't get me wrong. Tiger and Leopard Cav are pretty strong. But I feel like my 4 units of cavalry are going to just overwhelm them. So, once again, the most dangerous place is going to be my front line. So I'm going to make this a night battle so you suffer some morale penalties. So no, 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 no. I attacked. They're defending a river. I have missile superiority, it's fine. I know this is probably far-fetched, but I think there will eventually be a Soldiers of Fortune DLC factory, because in one faction in intro the advisor mentions the land being plagued by Yellow Turban until the Soldiers of Fortune. Capitalization of those faction titles stands out, as does the fact that currently there are no Merc factions. Otherwise they'll do mercenary... Well, yeah, there are mercenary factions. One of the legendaries has mercenary uniques. Arachnos, I see an almighty Viking lord, and his name is Gong or Mordred. We're really the same person. Greetings. Raises his whiskey. Well, I will raise your tea. I'll raise you a tea, rather. That was actually quite funny. When I was in Charleston, I went to a bar there which prided itself on making custom cocktails. You basically just say, I want this thing in it. And I said, I want whiskey in it, because I like whiskey. Or rather, no, I said bourbon. I want a bourbon in it, because American bourbon's actually quite nice. And he heard my English accent, so he said, yeah, I know just the thing. Whiskey and tea. It was amazing. It was really surprisingly amazing. Whiskey and tea is a fantastic combination. Oh yeah, I'm on the top of the hill. Excellent. Oh, but they're going to be attacking me, aren't they? This is not good. I need a way to provoke them. into attacking me up here. If I go down here, then we'll be in the forest and the river. This is actually a really nice defensive spot for them. Like, almost completely surrounded by the water. Like, form up in here. It's even a tiny little fence. Oh, it's a farm or fisherman's thing. There's a mill. It's animated. It's even spinning the right. It's got water on it. What? It's an act. It's oh man, crazy. It's the little things. It's the little things that this game does, which I really appreciate. Because what other strategy game would you come across this? I mean, seriously. Magnificent. Okay, so they are going to be deploying in here somewhere. So I do think that we are going to be deploying our artillery a little bit further forwards. Now, this is one of the benefits of having guerrilla deployment artillery. We can deploy forwards. And I think we're going to deploy where we're just in range of maybe that tree. Yeah, something like that. And then let's get our archery masters, who are not actually guerrilla deployment. They can be back here. Let's get our regular archers and put you here. Guarded by the yellow turban warriors. Like so. As well as Jan Mao, naturally. And we'll have the cavalry up here to run interception if we have to, but considering they've only got one cavalry unit, I doubt that we'll have to. Oh, and there's their army. Hello, army. Right, well that suggests that I can deploy way further back. I basically want my artillery to be just about in range of their artillery so I can destroy it. And I would like to be as far back as I possibly can be so that I'm forcing them out of these woods, otherwise they have ranged defense. So if the archers were firing, they would currently be firing into the forest. If the archers are back here, they have to come out of the forest and then we can start shooting them. Do they have crossbows? They have crossbows. Bollocks. So the crossbows probably will be in the woods. Well, I have a solution for that. We'll start with the archers further back and then move them forwards as we need to. Yeah, that'll do. Then you lot will eventually need to rush up and defend this position, but again, forcing them to come out of the tree line. It's important.
Cavalry, attend! Raise spears!
No.
Swords at the ready!
Swordsman. Swordsman.
Attend me, spearman!
Spearman.
Swords!
Oops.
To attention, spearmen!
Decided I want you to be a slightly deeper formation. Too deep. Perfect. And then
Spears to hand!
these spears turning in slightly, just in case they do decide to cavalry charge me.
Prepare! Spearmen!
Although again, they don't have a lot of cavalry. And
Stand ready!
these guys will have as an actual flanker.
Spears ready!
Something like that.
To
And
attention!
then the bosses standing in the front looking intimidating. And I quite like that. I think I'm actually going to put you guys on this side because I feel like that's slightly more open. Start, pause. Alright, oh, and also I need to set you up into firing positions. So you're group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whiz tea. Oh, nice. I like it. Sun Jian has a huge thing where all his stuff are mercenaries in the good old game too, it seems. Oh, interesting. Whiskey and tea, I need to try this now. Problem is I only have bourbon. Like I said, bourbon works. It was bourbon and tea that I had. Just because I was in America and bourbon here tends to suck. American bourbon's a lot better. I mean, like, fresh. Well, fresh in that it's several years old, but you know what I mean. Actual American as opposed to imported junk. Alright, fire at their artillery. What level is their artillery, by the way? Because mine's a level 9 and a level 5. Theirs is level 5, so they're as good as my worst artillery. Counter battery fire! Release! Oof, that was close.
China will revel in your death.
One down. And yes, they are shooting at mine too. They're about to run.
A comrade is being attacked.
You're fine. Two. I still haven't lost any. They're running. Alright, well, I guess we should start shooting some other stuff. So start shooting the crossbows, because screw those guys. And the other crossbows. Begin. And hey Yi, do you want to duel anyone? Actually, what are your modifiers again? Because you have the AoE melee evasion, you also have the morale and melee evasion constant. So we want to duel them as close to our lines as possible so that we can keep getting the buffs.
Does battle wear you out? If only wars were won with witty words. Make ready! Man the catapults! Ready! Fire! Knocked and ready!
Yi Zhen Yu wants to fight. We will accept that momentarily. And Cao Ren wants to fight Yun Li. Lun Yi. That is you. You are a scholar, so you are supposed to be a duelist. You're not going to be as good as He Yi. You're both pretty good, actually. So yes, we will accept this. And Jian Mao, unfortunately, is not going to be able to duel.
I will defeat you!
Trying to see where the other heroes are. There he is. Okay, so He Yi. Melee buff, go. You have an armor and melee buff as well. No charge bonuses, unfortunately, but that's fine.
At
Okay,
Your zeal
abilities
is
are being
lucky,
used. Archers have almost killed one unit and they'll be sent packing very, very soon. Let's start shooting at the next one. And then all of my front lines, that's actually all of number 4s, just push forwards to about here. Run if you would be so kind.
Then I shall fight all the more fiercely.
Look, the
Hey,
enemy
he
run.
is demolishing this guy. What?
Ready! Destroy them!
Hey, he is one already. Fun times. And you are going to beat him, but crikey, you're taking a bit of thundering in the process. And against a sentinel as well, which is a bit of a surprise. Right, archers. Their crossbows are on the run. My cavalry is good to go. In fact, what my cavalry can do now is come storming down here to take their crossbows out. Then my artillery has actually finished all their ammunition, so you can back off.
The enemy general is fallen.
Aw.
They were no match. Die if you cannot surrender.
Right, you need to get on a horse.
Oh, what a shame.
2 hits. All it took was 2 hits.
Ready.
Please get on your horse. Ah, you've won. Well done.
No mercy!
And the regular archers are out of ammo. You're almost out of ammo. Where are my cavalry? There they are.
Warriors are running.
Charge that. Charge that. Charge that.
Horses, stand ready.
And charge that. Go.
At the ready! Archers ready! Hurry! Move!
At the ready. Charge.
We're coming for you, crossbowmen. We're coming for you.
The time has come. Make ready.
Take heed, warriors!
Prepare. The enemy warriors are running. Ha!
Blades! Attend swordmen!
This was supposed to be a defeat, wasn't it? I have a weird feeling that it's not going to be.
The time has come! Swordsmen ready! Run! Destroy them!
Our success looms large.
Hey, Yi is a healer, yes. Well, as I've had to say a couple of times, healer. It's all part of his cunning disguise.
Sword sharpened!
In that he's a healer so far as he doesn't actually heal anything. Actually, that's not true. He does have his own heal over time. Which is why he's on full strength, despite the fact that he's taken down 2 enemy generals. But he doesn't have the heal like regular healers do, where they can heal other people.
Cavalry. Take heed, warriors.
Oh, we never did kill their trebuchet. Disappointed!
The time has come.
Oh, there's a unit over here still. Let's have some fun.
Take heed, warriors!
Same with you.
Unleash fury!
Let's send in the 2 generals. Oh, and you're fighting still. Who are you? Giant sword guards. Yeah, giant sword guards do tend to be pretty hardcore. You charge them in the back. You charge them in the back.
The enemy warriors are running! Ha!
Cavalry's still doing their thing. Where's our third general?
Steel yourselves!
2. I saw the dead horse, I was thinking, uh-oh. So, 1 there, then these 2. And that's a lot of Jian sword guards that we need to kill. It's an awful lot of Jian sword guards. Unfortunately, Yuan Yu is going to escape here. I fear the enemy just hasn't been upgrading many of their units, they just can't keep up with the Yellow Turbans. Yes, I mean, I'm abusing the heroes a little bit, because as soon as you kill their heroes, then their morale tanks, and this happens. Like, in a toe-to-toe fight, their units probably are slightly better than mine now. Like, once they start introducing decent numbers of, say, the sword guards, they will beat anything that I have. Well, that's not true. Sword guards are probably like the equivalent of my reclaimers, and I would say the sword guards are probably slightly better. No, sword guards would be the equivalent of my whatever they're called. Juxia.
Attend!
Oh, we might actually kill the trebuchet. Please do. Fortunately, we can't target a hero who's running away.